Welcome to the Wander's Bell Tower. Today's news. Cardinal Sarah says that ending the traditional Latin Mass is an insult to church history and a devilish plan. Cardinal Robert Sarah from Guinea has published a new book titled, Does God Exist? The former prefect of the Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments presented his new book in Milan last Monday during an event organized by Brújula Quotidiana and Bussola Mensile. The Italian newspaper Brújula Quotidiana published extensive excerpts from Cardinal Sarah's speech during the book presentation, in which he boldly and unabashedly addressed several sensitive and pressing issues. During the presentation of his new book, Robert Sarah condemned the fact that we are being subjected to the dictatorship of relativism, which recognizes nothing as definitive and which leaves only me and my desires as the ultimate measure. Cardinal Sarah issued an urgent appeal to regain the sense of adoration and kneeling with faith and wonder before the mystery of God. According to the Guinean hierarch, the loss of the religious value of kneeling and the sense of adoration of God is the source of all the fires and crises that shake the world and the church, the source of evil and dissatisfaction that we observe in our society. In his speech, Cardinal Sarah defended the central role of Holy Mass in the life of a Christian, arguing that the Eucharist is the source of the Church's mission, and therefore demanded that the Holy Mass celebrated in national languages should never lose the sense of the sacred and never betray the word of the Lord Jesus. Cardinal Sarah recalled that Holy Mass is not a social gathering to celebrate ourselves and our achievements. It is not a cultural manifestation but a memorial of the death and resurrection of the Lord. Let's not trust gender ideology. In this context, the Cardinal warned that we should not mutilate ourselves to fulfill ourselves according to our feelings or inclinations other than God created us, because God created us male and female in His image and likeness. On the issue of liturgy, one of the specializations of the former prefect of divine worship, he quoted Benedict XVI, who said that what was sacred for previous generations remains sacred and great for us too, and cannot be suddenly banned or even considered harmful. Cardinal Sarah spoke out against the plan to definitively end the traditional Latin Mass, recalling that it is 16 centuries old and is the one that has been celebrated by numerous saints, such as Saint Padre Pio, Saint Philip Neri, Saint John Vianney, Cure of Ars, Saint Francis de Sales, Saint Josemaria Escriva, etc. Regarding this plan to end the traditional Latin Mass, Cardinal Robert Sarah stated that it is a plan that is the work of God. Gradually and tragically, there is a move to end the traditional Latin Mass. Pope Francis, in his autobiography, The Hope, published in January 2025, criticized certain attitudes towards the traditional Latin Mass, stressing that rigidly clinging to these practices can hide serious imbalances, emotional disturbances, behavioral problems, or personal suffering. There are still Catholics who wonder by what right he could have uttered such an insult. There are words that sadden more than they offend. This was Wander's Bell Tower. Don't hesitate to like and share. Goodbye. Dear warriors of the Lord, may God and the Blessed Virgin Mary bless you.